Hi guys, well, I'm coming to you today to discuss this controversy. I would know it wasn't going to be long before they tried to drag Harry and Meghan in this photoshopping melee that is going on at the palace over there with their dishonest self. First of all, if you see Meghan, what you see is what you get. There is no photoshopping. She's just a beautiful person, easy to capture and everything. But because of the whole furor, they're trying now to bring Meghan's pregnancy photo shoot in it, and they're saying that the photo shot that Missan Harriman did for them, he's that famed photographer, their friend, was photoshopped because they photoshopped the image. And Missan is like, no, 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 we're not going there and we're not doing this, not today, not on my watch, because he has now presented the original photo, which is such a beautiful photo. So both the black and white, both the colors photos are so beautiful. And what Nissan is saying that the interviewer was trying to like trip him up and bring in these forward leaning question, because they love to do it when it comes to Harry and Meghan. They ask these sort of asinine questions just because they're trying to get some reaction from whoever they're asking. And he said that he was asked about it because it was in COVID time and they were trying to work with what they had to work with at the time, right? So he had used his iPod to take the photo. And Missan is definitely debunking, denying all the craziness in the last 24 hours to in, put Harry and Meghan in the mix, because everything they're trying to take the heat off the palace right now, and of course stating that Harry and Meghan are easy bait. So he shut down the allegation that he doctored the Duchess of Sussex pregnancy announcement and made a Kate Photoshop, which is exactly what I was saying to you. He said, unfortunately.
Hey, I've just got back to reality from the Oscars, and unfortunately, there's been an article on the Daily Mail saying that I have admitted to doctoring the pregnancy announcement portrait I took of Harry and Meghan. Apparently, I was switching out trees and meadows, and I admitted to this in an episode of a podcast called Private Passions. This is crazy. I was interviewed, I think in 2022, by Michael Barkley. I'm going to play you the segment on Private Passions. And we were talking about the technology I used to shoot people during lockdown. Many photographers were doing virtual shoots in those days. And this is how we came onto the subject. Michael asked me a few leading questions in this interview. What I mean by leading questions, it's what some journalists do, where they make a statement as fact and they hope you respond or add something to it. I get that a lot in regards to Harry and Meghan, and I tend to swerve, ignore, try and get back on track, and say what I'm there to say rather than any sort of intrigue and gossip. And that's exactly what happened. I'm going to play you the segment.
Photography. Yeah, but virtual shooting. My most well-known virtual shoot is the portrait I took of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announcing their pregnancy. It's a very joyous image. The technology allows you to take over a phone or an iPad and they can hear my voice, and I can still press a shutter and compose with ease. It's extraordinary what you can do with technology.
They weren't actually under a willow tree, but they were lying outside in a meadow, weren't they, Harry and Meghan, when you took the photograph of them?
Yeah, they were lost in their love, at home, in their garden, comfortable, celebrating new joy, new life, the fortitude of hoping for light in life after such a loss that they went through with a miscarriage. So it really was a particularly joyous image to celebrate life itself.
Well,
So, how that exchange could amount to me admitting to doctoring an image is insidious and really dangerous journalism. Any mention of meadows and willow trees came out of the person doing the interview, not my mouth. I did my best to ignore it and focus on what I wanted to talk about. So to see an article saying as fact that I did what I did not do is extraordinary to me. And then to try and merge it with this current news cycle of what's happening, it's tragic to see. It was a virtual shoot that I shot on an iPad, an 8 megapixel iPad. And the only thing that was changed is the black and white color grade. That's it. And the Daily Mail and the journalist that wrote this has to be better than this. It's dangerous and unacceptable behavior.
Which is exactly what I was saying to you. He said, unfortunately, there's been an article in the Daily Mail, and the Daily Mail make up a lot of crazy articles about Harry and Meghan every day. They can't be trusted. They're liars over there, and they're only doing it for clickbait. And he said he came in the Daily Mail saying that that's Missan, admitted to doctoring the pregnancy photo. Missan is saying that's a lie. He said apparently he was switching out trees and meadows and admitted to this in an episode of a podcast. That's the podcast he came on. So he's saying all of that is misleading. It's crazy. Nothing like that happened. Harriman said that Michael Berkeley had asked him about the leading question that I was saying when they were discussing how he was able to virtually shoot the shot successes using special technology on an iPad during the corona crackdown. He said, I get that a lot in regards to Harry and Meghan, and I tend to swerve, meaning that a lot of times people just come on their show, they don't ask the people about their projects, or they're interested in Harry and Meghan. What are they doing? Just to create some sort of scandal or story. So he said he was kind of averting the question, that really answering him. He just said, well, Harry and Meghan, they're beautiful and they took some nice pictures. And the interviewer was like, they weren't actually on the willow tree, right? And Missan was saying that the interviewer said they were lying outside the meadows, weren't they? So he said that he clearly replied no before explaining they were lost in love at home in their garden, comfortable, celebrating new joy, new life, the fortitude of hoping for life in life after such loss, because Meghan had just experienced a miscarriage, because she went through the miscarriage. So it really was a particular joyous image to celebrate life itself. Harriman slammed the Daily Mail for mincing his words to report that he had edited trees into the photo. So that exchange could amount to me admitting to doctoring an image in insidious and really dangerous journalism. He's saying that's really dangerous journalism, what they're doing. How can that exchange with an interviewer posing a question and he actually said no, but then just quip to another point in what he was making, to say how in love they were, to now saying that he admitted to doctoring the image. So these are just some liars. He's saying this is dangerous journalism. It did not come out of his mouth. They should not be saying those things. Harriman said he did his best to ignore the question, right? So to see an article saying as fact that I did what I did not do is extraordinary to me. And then to try to merge it with current news cycle, what's happening, it's just tragic, he said of the Middleton Photoshop debacle. He confirmed that the only changes made to the photo was changing it to black and white from color, because the original photo was colored and all he did was changes. That's it, he said. And the Daily Mail and the journalist that wrote this has to be better than this. It's dangerous and unacceptable behavior. And we have been saying this from ever since. these journalists are unethical. They are unacceptable. I don't know which journalism school they went to. The Daily Mail article wrongfully accusing Missan Harriman of admitting to editing the couple's pregnancy announcement portrait. Of course, it came after the Princess of Wales was called out for editing her UK Mother's Day photo with her children. And of course, this was some major editing that they did just to disguise the fact that where is Kate? Nobody knows where she is and will continue to be amazed and in wonder as to where she is, because something is going on. She has not been seen from December 25th. And they're doing a lot of maneuvering, a lot of things to prove that she's here, but it appears that she's not here. If she's here, why don't they just let her come out and do a photo shoot with the kids or show her picture, right? Picture, not something that you have to figure out or you cannot see her, so this is very misleading and wrong. So that is my take on it. These media houses are just dishonest and they need to stop the whole trying to get Harry and Meghan involved in this foolishness. And that's my take on it. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on your notification bell. Thank you. Bye.